Mental clarity. Our minds can easily become clouded by biases, assumptions, and distractions, distorting our perception and leading to faulty judgments. The Stoics understood this and developed practices to help cultivate a clear, objective, and unbiased mind. In this exploration, we'll dive into 10 Stoic lessons designed to guide you toward mental clarity. These lessons will teach you how to guard your mind against negativity, avoid the traps of ego and dogmatism, and focus on what truly matters in the present moment. We'll also explore the power of silence, the importance of intellectual humility, and how to use every resource available to achieve your goals. If you're ready to sharpen your mental focus, break free from cognitive biases, and make decisions rooted in reason and wisdom, then prepare for an enlightening journey into Stoic thought. If you find this helpful, be sure to share it with others and spread the wisdom of Stoicism to cultivate more peaceful and fulfilling lives. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Lesson 1. Mind Makeover. Let's kick off with a concept both simple and profound. Your mind takes the shape of what you repeatedly think about. This isn't just a motivational mantra, it's a core principle of Stoic philosophy, backed by centuries of wisdom and observation. Think of your mind as clay in the hands of a sculptor. Every thought, belief, and experience leaves an impression, shaping and molding your mental landscape over time. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius put it this way in Meditations: "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for the human spirit is colored by such impressions." You're not a passive observer of your thoughts. You are the creator of your mental landscape. The thoughts you entertain and the stories you tell yourself determine whether your mind becomes a masterpiece or a mess. The mental diet. Imagine your mind is like your body, and your thoughts are the food you feed it. If you constantly indulge in negativity, self-doubt, and fear, your mental health will suffer. You'll feel sluggish, unmotivated, and prone to emotional outbursts. However, if you nourish your mind with positive thoughts, gratitude, and empowering beliefs, you'll cultivate clarity, resilience, and a sense of well-being. This will better equip you to handle life's challenges, make wise decisions, and create a fulfilling life. The power of habitual thinking. The Stoics understood the power of habitual thinking. They knew that our minds tend to run on autopilot, replaying the same thoughts and patterns. However, they also believed we have the power to break these habits and reprogram our minds for greater clarity and purpose. As Epictetus advised, keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. This idea doesn't just apply to the people around you, but also to the thoughts you entertain. By consciously choosing positive, empowering thoughts, you can rewire your brain and create beneficial habits of thinking. Modern-day examples, shifting your mindset. Let's consider a real-life scenario. Imagine you are constantly bombarded with negative news and social media drama. It's no surprise you might start to feel anxious, cynical, and pessimistic. Your mind is shaped by this stream of negativity. But what if you made a conscious effort to limit your exposure to negativity and focus instead on uplifting content, inspiring stories, and positive affirmations? Over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll feel more optimistic, hopeful, and resilient in the face of challenges. Or maybe you struggle with self-doubt and negative self-talk, constantly telling yourself you're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy of love and success. These thoughts become a self-fulfilling prophecy. holding you back from reaching your potential. But what if you start challenging these thoughts, replacing them with reminders of your strengths, accomplishments, and unique gifts? Over time, your confidence and self-esteem will begin to rise. The Stoic Challenge: Becoming the Architect of Your Mind. The Stoics challenge us to become the architects of our minds by consciously choosing the thoughts we entertain and the beliefs we cultivate. This isn't about denying negative experiences or pretending everything is always perfect. Instead, it's about recognizing the power of your thoughts to shape your reality and choosing to focus on those that empower. Презрение, подъем и перемещение вас к вашим целям. So today, let's commit to being more mindful of our thoughts. Let's cultivate a mental diet that nourishes our souls and supports our well-being. Let's challenge negative self-talk and replace it with empowering beliefs. Remember, every thought you entertain is a brushstroke on the canvas of your mind, shaping the masterpiece that is your life. Lesson 2. The Mind's Bouncer. 1. Mind as sculptor's clay. Your mind is constantly shaped by your thoughts, much like a sculptor molds clay. Every experience, belief, and thought leaves an imprint, forming your mental landscape. Being the bouncer at the door of your mind means screening what you allow in, controlling what influences your mental state. The Stoics referred to this as being mindful of your mental inputs, which is crucial for maintaining clarity, focus, and inner peace. 2. Mental inputs in modern life. Picture your mind as a grand castle, a sanctuary for your thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. Like any castle, it needs the strong walls and vigilant guards to protect it from invaders. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, invaders come in many forms: negative news, social media drama, toxic relationships, and even our own self-doubt. These elements sneak in, distorting our mental clarity and emotional well-being. 3. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, warned about these mental invaders in his Meditations. He said that influences such as drama, combat, terror, numbness, and subservience erode your sacred principles whenever you let them in uncritically. In simpler terms, your mind should be treated like a fortress, guarded and selective. Just as you wouldn't let a random stranger enter your home, don't allow negative thoughts or influences to occupy your mental space without evaluation. Your mental health and overall well-being depend on how well you guard these gates. 4. Information overload in today's world. From the moment we wake up to when we fall asleep, we're bombarded with information and stimuli. This constant exposure to news, advertisements, and social media can be overwhelming, leaving us drained, anxious, and disconnected from our true selves. It's akin to trying to drink from a fire hose. It's excessive and hard to manage. Though the Stoics didn't face digital distractions, they understood the importance of protecting the mind from negative influences. They knew that the thoughts we allow to dominate our minds shape how we perceive the world and ultimately how we act in it. However, the Stoic filter. So how do we guard the gates of our mental castle in today's world? The Stoics practiced mindfulness and developed techniques to filter out the mental junk food. Here are a few Stoic strategies you can use. 1. Be selective with your inputs. Choose your news sources, social media feeds, and conversations carefully. Surround yourself with positive influences that inspire, educate, and uplift you. Limit your exposure to negativity, drama, and sensationalism. 2. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate present moment awareness. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice when your mind begins to wander into worry, fear, or comparison, and gently bring your attention back to the present. Focus on your breath or your immediate surroundings to ground yourself. 3. Question your thoughts. Don't accept every thought that pops into your head as truth. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it based on evidence or simply on my assumptions and fears? Evaluate whether it serves you or hinders you. 4. Cultivate positive affirmations. Counter negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and potential. Write down your affirmations and repeat them throughout the day to reinforce empowering beliefs. Modern-day examples. Consider how these principles apply in everyday situations. 1. Doom scrolling. You start scrolling through the news or social media, and before you know it, hours have passed, leaving you anxious and overwhelmed. The Stoic solution? Set limits on your screen time and curate your feeds to focus on positive, uplifting content. Make time for activities that nourish your mind and soul. 2. Toxic friendships. You have a friend who constantly complains, gossips, or creates drama. Their negativity is contagious, and you feel drained after spending time with them. The Stoic solution. Set boundaries with this friend and limit your interactions. Prioritize relationships that uplift and support you. Self-doubt. Spiral. You constantly second-guess yourself, compare yourself to others, and feel inadequate. These negative thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy. 3. Undermining your confidence. The Stoic solution? Challenge these negative thoughts with evidence and logic. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and unique value. 7. The Stoic advantage. By being mindful of what you allow into your mind, you're not only protecting yourself from negativity, but you're also creating space for positivity, growth, and transformation. You're cultivating a mental environment that supports your well-being, empowers wise decision-making, and helps you live a fulfilling life. Remember, your mind is your most valuable asset. Treat it with care, nourish it with wisdom, and guard it against invaders that seek to steal your peace and joy. Mastering the art of mental filtering will not only help you survive, but thrive, flourish, and reach your full potential. Lesson 3. Reality. Check 1. The deceptive nature of circumstances. Let's dive into something that often trips us up. The deceptive nature of circumstances. We're not talking about conspiracy theories or hidden agendas. This is about a much more subtle force that affects us every day. The Stoics, those wise observers of human nature, understood that our perception of reality is often skewed by emotions, biases, and the situations we face. It's like viewing the world through smudged glasses, making it hard to see clearly. Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, put it best. Circumstances are what deceive us. He warned that we often embrace the wrong things, desire what we shouldn't, and plan without consistency. This speaks to how easily we are deceived by external factors that cloud our judgment, pulling us away from what's truly important. 2. The illusion of the external. Think of the times when you've been swept up in excitement over a new opportunity, only to crash when things didn't go as planned, or when you felt crushed by rejection, only to later realize it was a blessing in disguise. These are moments where the external world deceives us. We focus too much on outcomes, approval, or material success, losing sight of what truly matters, our values, character, and self-worth. 3. The Stoic practice of discernment. So how do we guard ourselves against these illusions and cultivate discernment? Discernment is the Stoic virtue of seeing through the surface to the true nature of things. Here are some strategies to develop it. 1. The pause button. When faced with a challenging or emotionally charged situation, hit the pause button. Take a few deep breaths and step back to create space for reflection. 2. The objective lens. View the situation as an outside observer. What are the facts? What are the possible consequences? Does it align with your values and long-term goals? 3. The inner compass. Check in with your intuition. What feels right or wrong? Use your emotions as data points, but let reason guide your decisions. The long view. Ask yourself if this situation will matter in a year, 5 years, or 10 years. This helps maintain perspective and avoid getting caught up in the heat of the moment. Modern-day examples. 1. The job offer. You receive an offer for a high-paying job with a fancy title, but the company culture is toxic and the work feels unfulfilling. The Stoic approach is not to be seduced by external symbols of success. Instead, reflect on whether the job aligns with your values and long-term goals. 2. The social media envy trap. You see friends posting pictures of exotic vacations and seemingly perfect lives, and you start feeling inadequate. The Stoic solution. Remember that social media is often just a highlight reel, not the full picture. Focus on your own blessings and define happiness on your own terms. 3. The fear of missing out, FOMO. You say yes to every event and opportunity out of fear of missing out, even when it drains your energy. The Stoic approach is to prioritize what truly matters to you, and not let FOMO dictate your choices. 5. The Stoic advantage. By cultivating discernment and seeing through the illusions of circumstance, you not only avoid poor decisions, but also create a life of greater clarity, purpose, and inner peace. You become the master of your fate, the captain of your ship, navigating life's challenges with wisdom and resilience. The Stoics weren't just theoretical philosophers. They applied these principles in their daily lives. And so can you. By seeing through the illusions, you can live a life that's truly your own, guided by your values, goals, and your inner compass. Lesson 4. The ego trap. Let's have a heart-to-heart about something as intoxicating as it is dangerous: success. We all dream of reaching the pinnacle of our careers and basking in recognition and admiration. But what happens when we get there? Can we handle the heady heights of success without losing our footing, perspective, and sanity? The Stoics, wise philosophers from ancient times, were acutely aware of the seductive power of success. They saw how it could inflate egos, cloud judgment, and lead even the most virtuous individuals astray. As Seneca warned, prosperity is a more severe ordeal than adversity. He meant that success can be a greater test of character than failure. When things are going well, it's easy to become complacent and arrogant, forgetting the hard work and humility that got us there. We start believing our own hype, seeing ourselves as invincible, and losing touch with our own limitations. Think about times when you've achieved something significant. Perhaps a promotion, a personal milestone, or public recognition. It feels amazing, right? But the Stoics would caution against letting this success go to your head. They understood that success is fleeting, and that true strength lies not in external achievements, but in inner virtue and character. Marcus Aurelius, even as the most powerful man in the world, warned against letting success corrupt him. In his meditations, he advised maintaining simplicity, humility, and focus on duty rather than being swayed by power and prestige. How do you navigate the treacherous waters of success without succumbing to ego? The Stoics offer powerful antidotes. Cultivate humility by recognizing that your achievements are the result of hard work, luck, and support from others. Practice gratitude by appreciating what you have rather than fixating on achievements or future goals. Focus on your values, ensuring success doesn't compromise your core principles, and serve others by using your success to benefit those around you. The Stoic approach to success is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. Examples of people falling into the ego trap abound, from celebrities who let fame lead to self-destructive behavior, to executives who neglect their health and relationships for success, to social media influencers obsessed with validation. The Stoics challenge us to define success on our own terms, cultivate inner strength, humility, and gratitude, and use our achievements to benefit others. So next time you experience success, pause and reflect. Celebrate your accomplishments, but don't let them define you. Stay grounded, stay humble, and strive for excellence not just in your achievements, but in your character and contributions. Remember, true success is not about reaching the top of the mountain. It's about the person you become along the way. Lesson 5. The Know-It-All Trap. Let's discuss a personality trait as off-putting as a bad smell: the know-it-all attitude. We all know individuals who seem to have an opinion on everything and are always convinced they're right. They pontificate on topics they barely understand, dismiss opposing viewpoints with a wave of the hand, and act like they've got the universe figured out. Confidence is great, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. The Stoics, those wise philosophers from ancient times, were advocates of intellectual humility. They understood that true wisdom comes from recognizing the vastness of what we don't know, and that there's always room for learning and growth. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, put it succinctly: "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." If you're convinced you've got it all figured out, you're closing yourself off to new ideas, perspectives, and the possibility of being wrong. You become like a cup that's already full, leaving no room for anything else. In a world that often rewards those who project an image of confidence and certainty, from politicians and pundits to social media influencers and self-proclaimed gurus, it's easy to fall into the illusion of omniscience. The Stoics remind us that true knowledge is rare and precious, and most of us have more ignorance than we'd like to admit. Reflect on times when someone confidently spoke about a topic they knew little about, or when you tried to impress others with supposed knowledge, only to realize how much you didn't know. This is the illusion of omniscience, the mistaken belief that we have a complete and accurate understanding of the world. To avoid the know-it-all trap and cultivate a more humble and open-minded approach to learning, the Stoics offer several strategies. Admit your ignorance, recognize that you don't know everything, and see it as an opportunity for curiosity and learning. Ask questions, even if they might seem stupid, as genuine curiosity is a sign of intelligence. Listen actively, truly understand others' perspectives, even if you don't agree, and embrace the Socratic method. Engage in dialogue to test your beliefs against reason and evidence. In today's world, where we're bombarded with information and opinions, it's crucial to cultivate intellectual humility. The Stoics remind us that true wisdom comes from being open to new ideas, challenging our assumptions, and acknowledging our blind spots. So next time you're tempted to pontificate on a topic you know little about, or dismiss someone else's perspective. Take a stoic pause. Remember, you don't have all the answers, and there's always more to learn. Embrace the beauty of I don't know, and open your mind to a world of possibilities. Lesson 6, the inner circle. Let's delve into a crucial Stoic principle that revolves around focusing on what truly matters, concentrating on what is within your control. This concept isn't about retreating from the world or seeking isolation. Rather, it involves engaging fully with life while recognizing and prioritizing what you can actually influence. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, were keenly aware that while some aspects of life, such as other people's opinions, the economy, or even aspects of our own health, are beyond our control, there is much we can shape. This includes our thoughts, judgments, actions, and character. By directing our energy towards these internal factors, we cultivate a sense of agency, purpose, and joy, irrespective of the external chaos surrounding us. The Stoics often use the metaphor of a circle to illustrate this idea. Picture a circle representing the realm of what you can control. Within this circle lie your own thoughts, choices, and behaviors, areas where you have the power to act and respond according to your values and principles. Outside this circle are things you cannot control, external events, other people's actions, and the whims of fate. The Stoic challenge is to expand your circle of control, not by trying to dominate the external world, but by mastering your inner world. This mastery involves understanding that true power lies in your ability to choose how you respond to life's challenges, rather than attempting to bend the universe to your will. In today's world, characterized by a relentless stream of notifications, emails, and information overload, it's easier than ever to become distracted from what really matters. It's akin to trying to focus on a task while juggling flaming torches and riding a unicycle. Nearly impossible. The Stoics would advise us to step back from this chaos and reclaim our focus. They remind us that our time and energy are invaluable resources, and we need to be deliberate about how we spend them. Prioritizing what matters involves cutting through the noise and focusing on our values and goals. To effectively focus on what is within your control amidst this distraction-heavy environment, consider these Stoic strategies. 1. Identify your values. Determine what is truly important to you. What principles and ideals guide your life? Being clear on your values enables you to make decisions that align with them, even in the face of external pressures or distractions. 2. Set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve in your life. What are your dreams and aspirations? Having a clear vision for your future allows you to take concrete steps towards realizing your goals, providing direction and purpose. 3. Eliminate distractions. Recognize the elements that pull you away from your goals and values. This could include social media, toxic relationships, or certain commitments that no longer serve you. By removing these distractions, you free up time and energy to focus on what truly matters. By concentrating on what is within your control, you're not just becoming more productive or efficient. You're also fostering a deeper sense of purpose, meaning, and inner peace. This approach helps you create a life that is truly your own, guided by your values, passions, and unique vision for the future. As contemporary Stoic philosopher William B. Irvine suggests, the goal of Stoicism is to live a happy life, and one way to achieve this is by avoiding overdependence on things outside our control. So today, commit to prioritizing what truly matters. Focus on your own circle of control, set clear intentions, and take deliberate actions that bring you closer to your goals. In doing so, you actively shape your own destiny, creating a life that is not merely about reacting to external circumstances, but about actively crafting your path and purpose. Lesson 7. The now factor. Let's dive into a concept that's both incredibly simple and profoundly challenging. Focusing on the present moment. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it's all too easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of past regrets and future anxieties. We often replay old conversations in our heads, worry about what might happen tomorrow, or scroll through social media feeds showcasing everyone else's highlight reel. However, the Stoics, with their deep wisdom, understood that true peace and happiness are found only in the here and now. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, captured this in his Meditations. Don't let your reflection on the whole sweep of life crush you. Don't fill your mind with all the bad things that might still happen. Stay focused on the present situation and ask yourself why it's so unbearable and can't be survived. In other words, stop letting your mind time travel. By dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties, you miss out on the richness of the present moment where life is truly happening. Our minds act like time machines, constantly zipping back and forth between the past and the future. We replay old arguments, relive past traumas, or fantasize about future successes and failures. While this mental time travel can sometimes help with learning from the past or planning for the future, it can also become a major source of stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. Consider those times you've spent an entire evening ruminating over a conversation or lying awake worrying about future events. During these moments, you're not fully present in your life. You're letting your mind steal you away from the beauty, joy, and opportunities right in front of you, leading to dissatisfaction and regret. To break free from this time-traveling mind and cultivate a greater sense of presence and peace, the Stoics advocate for the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves noticing your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations as they arise without getting caught up in them or trying to change them. Here are a few simple ways to practice mindfulness daily. 1. Focus on your breath. Take a few deep breaths, noticing the rise and fall of your chest or the sensation of air flowing in and out of your nostrils. 2. Engage your senses. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures around you. Notice the details of your surroundings, like the feeling of your feet on the ground or the warmth of the sun on your skin. 3. Observe your thoughts and emotions. When thoughts or emotions arise, simply observe them without judgment. Label them if it helps, e.g., this is anxiety or this is frustration. But avoid getting caught up in their stories or trying to push them away. Practice gratitude. Take a moment to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. This could be a warm cup of coffee, a friendly smile from a stranger, or the simple fact that you're alive and breathing. 5. In recent years, mindfulness has become a popular buzzword, but it is rooted in ancient wisdom traditions, including Stoicism. Research has shown that mindfulness can reduce stress, improve focus, boost creativity, and enhance overall well-being. Whether you're meditating on a mountaintop or simply taking a mindful walk in the park, the practice of being present can profoundly impact your life. By focusing on the present moment, you're not only reducing stress and anxiety, but also creating a richer, more fulfilling life. You're savoring each experience, appreciating the people around you, and making the most of every precious moment. As contemporary Stoic philosopher Ryan Holiday puts it, the present moment is all we have, so let's make the most of it. Today, let's commit to being more present. Put down your phone, turn off distractions, and tune into the richness of the here and now. Embrace the Stoic wisdom of focusing on the present moment and create a life that's not just about getting through the day, but about truly living it. Lesson 8. The sensory illusion. Let's discuss something fundamental yet surprisingly deceptive: our senses. While our sensory experiences, what we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, seem fundamental to understanding the world, they can be quite misleading. The Stoics, ancient philosophers committed to reason and clear thinking, approached sensory perception with a healthy dose of skepticism. They recognized that our senses can be easily deceived by external factors, personal biases, and emotional states. As the Stoic philosopher Sextus Empiricus put it, the senses do not apprehend external objects. In other words, what we perceive isn't always an accurate representation of reality, but a filtered version influenced by our own unique perspectives and experiences. Without careful consideration, we might fall victim to illusions, misinterpretations, and even deception. The tricks of the mind. Think about times when your senses have misled you. Perhaps you've seen a mirage in the desert, a shimmering pool of water that was actually just hot sand, or heard a strange noise at night that turned out to be nothing more than the wind rustling through the trees. These instances highlight how our senses can play tricks on us. Our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world, filling in gaps and creating narratives based on limited information. While this ability is often beneficial, it can also lead us astray. The Stoic approach to sensory input. How can you avoid falling for the illusions of your senses? The Stoics offer a few practical strategies. 1. Question your perceptions. Don't accept what you see, hear, or feel at face value. Ask yourself whether what you're perceiving is truly what's happening or if you're interpreting it through your own biases and expectations. 2. Seek multiple perspectives. Look at situations from different angles, talk to others, gather more information, and consider alternative explanations before forming a judgment. 3. Use reason and logic. Avoid letting emotions cloud your judgment. Analyze situations objectively, weigh the evidence, and use logic to arrive at a more accurate understanding. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate present moment awareness and focus on the raw data of your senses without immediately jumping to conclusions or interpretations. 5. Modern-day examples. Let's apply this Stoic wisdom to today's world. Imagine you're scrolling through social media and see a picture of a friend who looks incredibly happy and successful. Your initial reaction might be to feel envious or inadequate. However, by taking a Stoic pause, you can remind yourself that social media often presents a curated, idealized version of reality. You don't know the full story behind that picture, and comparing yourself to others is a surefire way to foster unhappiness. Or consider a heated discussion where someone's tone or body language seems aggressive. Your first impulse might be to react defensively or escalate the conflict. By stepping back and observing the situation more objectively, you might realize that the person is simply passionate about their point of view or struggling with their own internal frustrations. The Stoic advantage. By not blindly trusting your senses, you're not just avoiding misunderstandings and misinterpretations. You're cultivating a more nuanced and accurate understanding of the world around you. You become a more discerning, thoughtful, and compassionate individual. As contemporary Stoic philosopher Mimo Pigui puts it, the ability to question our perceptions and challenge our assumptions is a key component of critical thinking. It allows us to see beyond the surface and understand the true nature of things. So today, let's make a conscious effort to be more mindful of our senses. Question your perceptions, seek out multiple perspectives, and use reason and logic to guide your judgments. Lesson 9. The Focus Formula. In today's fast-paced world, filled with constant notifications, distractions, and the never-ending pull of information, keeping your attention focused can feel like taming a wild animal. Enter the Stoics, the ancient philosophers who, long before our modern distractions, understood the importance of concentration and single-mindedness. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wisely remarked, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." In essence, if your attention is scattered across countless things, you're not truly present in any of them. You become like a butterfly flitting from flower to flower, never fully experiencing the depth or beauty of any one moment. The multitasking myth. We live in a culture that glorifies multitasking, the supposed ability to juggle several tasks at once. Whether it's answering emails during a meeting, scrolling through social media while watching TV, or planning your next meal while driving, we've all been led to believe that doing multiple things at once makes us more efficient. But here's the hard truth. Multitasking is a myth. Our brains are not built to focus on more than one complex task simultaneously. When we try, we perform each task poorly, make more mistakes, and feel stressed and overwhelmed. It's akin to attempting to play a piano concerto with one hand while texting with the other. It's not going to end well. The Stoics, long before modern science confirmed it, knew that real productivity and creativity come from focusing on one task at a time and giving it your full attention and energy. The Stoic practice of single-mindedness. How do we break free from this illusion of multitasking and cultivate a more focused, productive mind? The Stoics provide timeless strategies for mastering our attention. 1. Prioritize ruthlessly. Not all tasks are created equal. Identify the most important and impactful tasks on your to-do list and focus on those first. Don't let urgent but less important tasks take over your day. 2. Create a distraction-free environment. Minimize distractions as much as possible. Turn off notifications, put your phone on silent, and find a quiet space to concentrate. 3. Practice time blocking. Allocate specific time blocks for different tasks or activities. This structure helps prevent the temptation to constantly switch between tasks. 4. Embrace deep work. Set aside dedicated time for focused, uninterrupted work on your most important projects. This is when your productivity and creativity will reach their peak. 5. Mindful transitions. When you need to switch between tasks, do so with intention. Take a few deep breaths, acknowledge the completion of one task, and set a clear intention for the next. 6. Modern-day examples. How can we apply these Stoic principles to our busy modern lives? The app hopper. Constantly jumping between apps and tasks on their phone, this person feels productive, but is really just scattering their attention. By focusing on one task at a time, they can achieve more in less time. The open office worker. Struggling to concentrate in a noisy open office, this person's productivity suffers. They might try to block out the noise with headphones or move to a quiet space. But the real key lies in minimizing distractions and prioritizing tasks. The overwhelmed student, juggling multiple classes, assignments, and extracurricular activities, this student feels stressed and burned out. By prioritizing tasks, setting clear deadlines, and creating a focused study environment, they can regain control and excel. The Stoic advantage. By adopting a focused and single-minded approach, you're not only improving productivity, but also enhancing the quality of your experiences. You're fully present in each moment, appreciating the task at hand, and savoring the satisfaction of a job well done. As contemporary Stoic philosopher Cal Newport explains in his book, Deep Work, the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare. At exactly the same time, it is becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. Those who master this skill will thrive. Conclusion. So today, let's make a commitment to tame our wild monkey minds and cultivate a more focused and intentional approach to life. Let's ruthlessly prioritize, eliminate distractions, and embrace the power of deep work. In doing so, we can achieve greater clarity, productivity, and fulfillment in all areas of life. Remember, a scattered mind is a weak mind, but a focused mind is a powerful one. Choose focus, choose intentionality, and unleash your true potential. Lesson 10. The quiet power of restraint. All right, folks, let's wrap up this episode with a Stoic principle that emphasizes quality over quantity. It's time to explore the art of restraint and the power of focusing on what truly matters without getting caught up in busyness. The noise of busyness. Think back to those moments when you felt overwhelmed, scattered, and unproductive. Maybe you were juggling a multitude of tasks, constantly checking your phone for updates and racing through your day without ever truly being present. This relentless busyness can often be a way to avoid confronting deeper fears or insecurities. It's like filling your life with noise to drown out the silence within, sacrificing quality for quantity and depth for superficiality. The power of deliberate action. The Stoics believed that true fulfillment comes from deliberate action, not frantic activity. It's about choosing your battles wisely, focusing on what's within your control, and making every action count. As Marcus Aurelius noted in his Meditations, don't be a person of too many words and too many deeds. Be cheerful, not wanting outside help or the belief others might bring. A person needs to stand on their own, not be propped up. In other words, it's not about how much you do, but how well you do it. Prioritize quality over quantity, intentionality over impulsivity, and substance over style. Be a person of action, not just motion. The Stoic practice of restraint. To cultivate a sense of deliberate action and avoid the trap of empty busyness, consider these Stoic strategies. 1. Prioritize ruthlessly. Identify the most important and impactful tasks on your to-do list and focus on those first. Delegate or eliminate less significant tasks. 2. Practice mindfulness. Be fully present in each moment and engage deeply in the task at hand. Avoid multitasking and resist the urge to get sidetracked by distractions. 3. Choose your words carefully. Speak with intention and purpose. Avoid gossip, idle chatter, and negativity. Let your words reflect your wisdom and character. 4. Embrace silence. Don't feel compelled to fill every moment with noise or activity. Embrace periods of silence, solitude, and reflection for gaining clarity, perspective, and inner peace. 5. Modern-day examples. How do these principles apply in modern life? The social media addict, constantly posting, commenting, and seeking validation from others, This person may have thousands of followers, but often feels empty and disconnected from their true self. Focusing on meaningful interactions and real-life connections can provide more fulfillment. The busy entrepreneur, always hustling, networking, and attending events, this person may achieve external success, but often neglects health and personal well-being. Prioritizing self-care and quality relationships can lead to a more balanced life. The overcommitted parent, juggling kids' activities and trying to give them every opportunity, can lead to exhaustion and stress. By focusing on quality family time and meaningful interactions, this parent can create a more enriching experience for both themselves and their children. The Stoic advantage. By embracing the power of restraint and focusing on deliberate action, you're not only becoming more productive and efficient, but also creating a more meaningful and fulfilling life. You're prioritizing what truly matters, cultivating inner peace, and making a real impact on the world around you. As contemporary Stoic philosopher Ryan Holiday puts it, the key to a good life is not giving a f-seek about more, it's giving a f-k about less, giving a f-k about only what is true and immediate and important. Conclusion: as we wrap up this 4th episode in our Stoic series, remember that the Stoics weren't just armchair philosophers. They were practical people who applied these principles to their daily lives, navigating challenges with wisdom and grace. By practicing these Stoic techniques, you can break free from negativity, distraction, and faulty judgment, cultivating a mind that's focused, adaptable, and equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. If you found this episode valuable, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends and family. Let's spread Stoic wisdom and help others cultivate a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Join us next time as we delve into the discipline of action and the power of right action. Until then, keep those Stoic vibes high and remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it wisely, and you'll unlock a world of possibilities. Conclusion: as we conclude this exploration of Stoic principles, it's clear that the path to a more meaningful and fulfilling life lies in embracing the wisdom of the Stoics. Through these lessons, we've learned to guard our mental space, challenge our assumptions, and focus on what truly matters. The Stoics teach us that our thoughts shape our reality, and by being mindful of our mental inputs and the present moment, we can cultivate a clearer, more resilient mind. The journey through Stoic philosophy isn't just about intellectual understanding, but about applying these principles to our daily lives. From managing our attention and resisting distractions, to questioning our sensory perceptions and embracing deliberate action, each lesson offers practical guidance for living a more purposeful life. By prioritizing quality over quantity, focusing on our circle of control, and mastering the art of restraint, we can navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and grace. The Stoics were not just theorists. They were practitioners who applied these principles to achieve inner peace and resilience. Their insights remind us that a life well lived is one where we actively shape our destiny, embrace the present moment, and make deliberate choices that align with our values. As you move forward, let these Stoic teachings guide you in your personal and professional endeavors. Apply the lessons learned, stay true to your core principles, and remember that your mind is a powerful tool. Use it to focus on what truly matters, cultivate a sense of purpose, and find joy in the simple act of living with intention. If you've found these insights valuable, consider sharing them with others who might benefit from this Stoic wisdom. Together we can spread the principles of Stoic philosophy and help others lead lives of greater clarity, peace, and fulfillment. Join us in our next exploration of the discipline of action and the power of right action. Until then, keep those Stoic vibes high and remember, the power to shape your life is within you.